The Who'd Have Thought It? An 8-bedroom, 4-star guest house located in the Kent village of Grafty Green. Run by 45-year-old Joe Mallet, a man with a taste for the finer things in life.
It would be an incredibly sad life if there was no champagne.
Joe has been popping corks in the family-owned business for the past 23 years, taking charge after being dragged home from the bright city lights by his mum.
He was up in London doing all the casinos, croupiering and everything, and I just worried about him, really.
Joe decided to bring some of the London glamour home, turning his parents' traditional pub into a champagne and oyster bar.
I'd been brought up in the pub game from a very early age, so I thought I knew everything about it, but really when I came to run it, I really knew very little. But 23 years later down the line, I think I know most things. Oh, it's incredibly well balanced. Yeah, I think that's a winner.
But Joe's life in the fast lane often puts him on a collision course with mum and owner Joan, who's taken a back seat in the business.
When Joey is good, he's very, very good. And when Joey's bad, he's horrid.
Joan the Moan. She's still here. She's my mother, and I suppose, you know, they just do like to nag, and that's what they do best.
If he wasn't my son, he wouldn't be the manager here. But I just notice things all the time that are going wrong. And when you say anything, he says, don't interfere.
Keen for the rooms to reflect his own personality, Joe has set about creating Grafty Green's answer to the Playboy mansion.
Some of them are very sexy, yeah. This is my latest creation, so to speak. This is the Veuve Clicquot champagne and shoes room. I just love shoes. I love buying shoes, and I love buying women's shoes as well. I probably would be quite a wealthy man had I not spent it all on women's shoes. Not for myself, obviously. You know, we've had trouble with the roof, so we do need a little bit of support in the middle of the ceiling, just because it has been falling down a few times. No, really, it's a dance pole. Sorry, that's my cheeky little number that I put in there. Lots of erotic art, as you can see. Cost us £5 just for that table. I thought that's just a must for this room. Just think it sets it off lovely. Oh, yeah, there is a mirror on the ceiling, actually, a bit of a 70s throwback.
Joe's guest rooms are priced between £80 and £300 per night. But while business in the bar and restaurant holds firm, performance in the bedrooms is embarrassingly limp.
Our occupancy rates at the moment, yeah, they're really quite low at the moment. They're probably no more than 30%.
I wouldn't say business is good at all. It's a fight, isn't it, now to keep going.
With customers hard to find, Joan's worried that Joe's champagne lifestyle could make the business go pop.
He's my son, so I take responsibility for him. And I've just let him get away with being a playboy for too long, really.
Enter the hotel inspector. Alex Polizzi has run some of the world's most exclusive establishments. Joe is hoping Alex can help make the good times roll again. But she's already confused about the challenge ahead.
Just coming up to the building now, and there's very odd signage, high-heeled stiletto shoe, and lots of dark red, and then a rather tatty motel sign, sending lots of mixed messages.
To find out where Joe and the Who'da Thought It is going wrong, Alex will stay the night.
Joe?
Hi, Alex.
So nice to meet you.
To impress his distinguished guest, Joe's chosen his £300 a night champagne and shoes suite.
What's Daisy, then?
Well, Daisy, that's originally all the names of kind of aunts, etc. when my mother first did it 20-odd years ago.
Inside, it's enough to make Aunt Daisy blush.
Ooh, it's rather special. Did you do this yourself, or did you have someone help?
Yeah, all my own designs. Obviously, I must have a hidden talent. Obviously, you've got a big round cowhide bed, a 4-man hot tub, 2 tellies, a 50-inch and a 42.
And there's a pole?
Yeah, there is a dance pole, but I just tell people that's for support of the roof.
OK. Breakfast in the morning?
We don't really do a cooked breakfast.
So where is it? Is it served somewhere or?
It's in the room and it's refrigerated in your room for you.
OK.
OK, enjoy
All
it.
right, thanks,
you.
darling.
So will Joe's design skills seduce the hotel inspector?
I don't know, this whole room feels very late 80s to me. Kind of flash, loads of money.
Well, I'm hoping she's going to be quite happy with the rooms. You know, she might want to decorate some of her hotel rooms like it, I'm sure. I don't want her to plagiarise my ideas.
All the empty champagne bottles doesn't really do it for me. You'd have to like cow for a start because there's so much hide. You couldn't sell this room to a prudish vegetarian, could you? Feels a little bit tacky, seedy.
It's quite a unique place. Yeah, a little bit of everything, really, we do. She could say anything, couldn't she? But I'm quite looking forward to a bit of input. I've got broad shoulders.
Why on earth is there a mirror on this door? Aha, so you can see yourself from every angle. Oh dear, I think I'm too old for all of this.
Next door, the decor's also more cheek than chic, housing Joe's personal collection of erotic art.
Oh look, a bottom. A breast. You know, goodness sake, we're all over that, aren't we? No, nasty red bean bag. Obviously, Joe doesn't have very much imagination because I think it's all a bit obvious. And I imagine if you're coming and spending quite a considerable amount of money every night, you'd want it a bit more upmarket than this. Frankly, it just turns me off.
But not all the rooms at the Who'da Thought It are quite so titillating.
Aha, this must be the Marie Antoinette suite. God. It's a bit old and tired, but I think it's a bit less controversial.
I did give my mother a free hand to just do a little room if she wanted to do. Not my favourite room, but, you know, no more. I will be designing all the rooms from now on.
Ooh. Tell you something for nothing. Not much nocturnal activity could take place on that bed.
And the next room leaves her more than a little browned off.
I loathe the acres of poo brown there are everywhere. I mean, you know, brown light, brown wallpaper, brown doors, walls, picture frames. Goodness sake, even brown suede curtains. It just seems to me that every room I've seen is another slightly shite offering in a different theme without the theming. You know, you go from Playboy mansion to country house over the space of a courtyard. It's very confusing here and not very appealing.
Alex retires to her four-man hot tub to ponder the scale of the task ahead.
I like the idea of the jacuzzi, but at the end of the day, it's a gimmick and I can't see many people coming here just for this. The market for this kind of extravagance anyway is shrinking. What people want is really good service, really good food and value for money. Joe seems like a typical 80s good time boy to me. And I'd like to know really what his commitment to the business is, what his work ethic is, you know, what he's prepared to do to keep this place going.
Unimpressed by her breakfast sandwich, Alex grabs front-of-house manager Laura for a behind-the-scenes chat.
Laura, you've been here how long?
About 9 months.
Do you like it here? What do you think's going wrong?
I do like it here. I love the customers and I love Joey. When he's good, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
And you can't fault him.
Yeah.
And I love it and it gets everyone on such a high. But I think what's going wrong is Joey not being a boss when he should be a boss.
In what sense?
Organisation. We sort of just take it every day as it comes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Alex has heard enough. With the hotel's profits in the red, urgent action is required. She sits Joe down to present her plans. First, the confusing messages found at every corner.
From the moment that you drive in, before you enter, there's an old gallows with a horrible old motel sign that is still hanging up there.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's from the heyday, from past years.
Next
Yeah.
to your champagne and oysters, very glitzy things, yeah? In the rooms, you've got your very smart new room panels, plus a room number, plus the old dog-headed room names.
The confusion continues inside.
I thought, in general, there's a big disconnect between the very traditional rooms that you haven't done up yet, that were your mum's rooms, and the rooms that are the more contemporary rooms. You have to decide whether you want to do the contemporary route, I'm assuming you do, and whether you're going to continue the erotic theme, which I suggest you don't.
And I hate going to a hotel where all the rooms are exactly the same.
So you want to do very different rooms?
So ideally they've got to be different, yeah.
I think that you have to make the rooms each then a little bit more different than they are. Put a bit of class back into, so that people feel like they're getting something special.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Next, Alex wants Joe to realise the party's over and he can no longer rely on guests splashing their cash.
Everyone is searching for deals and offers, and so you should have offers in place for every single period of the year.
Alex wants Joe to do more to attract the busy midweek corporate market, but not before he's sorted out that meagre breakfast.
To my horror, this morning I opened the fridge to find an egg sandwich and a smoked salmon sandwich.
Okay.
You know.
You don't like egg or smoked salmon then?
Well, darling, you have to have more than cornflakes, for God's sake.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And actually, corporate do not like to have breakfast in their rooms either. They like that whole thing. You get up, you shower, you get waited on, you get in your car and you bugger off. I mean, all these little added extras people really care about now.
Okay.
And finally, Alex is worried that as a manager, Joe has lost his fizz.
I wonder if you've slightly lost your motivation.
Well, yeah, definitely I have, yeah. So it's been 23 years and you do kind of second recession you've been through, so yeah, I have lost motivation.
So being a good staff manager is incredibly important. It is good to keep people
informed.
Yeah, and to do that you need structure, and I feel like that's missing here.
Point taken.
Alex leaves Joe with clear instructions on how to put the sparkle back into the who'da thought it.
I can see great potential in this place as a restaurant with rooms, but to do that well is going to take some thought.
Then she was short and sharp to the point. Her bark is a lot worse than her bite, I'd say.
At the moment, I think the most important thing is that it goes back to the real core service values. Value for money, customer satisfaction. He gets his structure right to make sure he galvanises everything to achieve better things than he has in the last few years.
Alex has asked Joe to tackle the hotel's identity crisis, a task he grabs with both hands.
That's actually bigger than I thought. I'm not surprised you didn't notice it, but I suppose it's one of those kind of signs that, you just walk past. It's like a butter dish in your house. You can never find it, but it's always there.
And what he lacks in subtlety, he makes up for in speed.
I think I've destroyed the rest of the sign, but we've got it off.
Next in line, the old-fashioned room names that contradict the contemporary interior.
My mother's aunts, all flowers, Daisy, Lily, Rose and Iris. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. She was always stubborn. I never knew there were so many. Good night, Fred. Oops. Good night, Iris. Come on. Oops, sorry, Dickie.
And it appears Joe's decided to pep up his lacklustre breakfast.
You can have a full English breakfast, grilled smoked salmon.
Put the breakfast menu on, I think she'll like that. So we're offering like a full English breakfast. We're going to do continental with like croissants and pastries and meats as well. All different kinds of juices. That's good. It's good. I'll definitely pass.
But when it comes to improving his management style, it seems there hasn't been the sea change that Alex had hoped for.
We haven't had any official staff meetings, but we're just building on what she said, and they are in the pipeline so we can all sit down and pull in the same direction.
You need a boss to be a boss. you know, and to be a manager, I used to have so much motivation and so much drive, and now it's just, it's going, and it's going quick.
Team morale is always important. I think anyone who's got their own business should have good staff morale. Without that, you're not going to succeed.
Alex is back. Impressed with Joe's work on tidying up the exterior, she wants to continue the clean-up inside the rooms. She hopes to build on the hotel's unique style, but to appeal to business clientele, she's planning something a little less in your face.
Gosh. OK, so looking at this room, I mean, reassuring as I'm sure you find it to have your personal collection on the walls, I don't think that everyone will feel the same about these representations of womanhood.
I did think twice when I first put them in, but...
then you got used to the idea.
Yeah, so I put them up and that was it, done. Job done, really.
I don't think that most people find this necessarily acceptable in a hotel room. And as we're trying to just make sure that you're busier during the week, I want to broaden the appeal.
OK.
I've come up with the idea of a kind of gentleman's club decorated room. And then the other idea is a kind of geisha theme, Japanese theme. So that it's a bit more glamorous, a bit more luxurious, a bit richer, sumptuous. All those are words that people like.
OK.
What do you think about that?
Let's go with it, because I think that could be a good idea.
With a plan for a more tasteful bedroom design in motion, Alex is keen to learn more about Joe's new breakfast menu.
I really do think that we need to up the value for money side of things here.
OK.
And I think breakfast is really important here, especially when you're selling a room for something like 300 quid a night.
OK.
Yes?
Yes and no.
What's the no? Because I know the yes.
The add-ons that I'm going to be charging for breakfast. There's going to be £10 extra per head for cooked breakfast.
Even on a £300 a night room?
Yeah.
I think £10 a head is completely iniquitous.
OK, if you went to get juice, cup of tea, coffee and a meal, where would you pay anywhere?
I would pay that at a cafe, no problem, but not when I've just spent 300 quid staying the night somewhere.
Well, I'm quite happy to charge £10 a head, and I don't think I'm going to budge on that.
OK. Ultimately, you know, we may see businesses differently. I think it's far more profitable to fill the rooms and throw in breakfast than it is not to fill the rooms because you're charging extra for breakfast. Either way, I think I'm right. No surprises there.
Well, I'm going to charge people for breakfast, regardless of what my room prices are. I still put the continentals in the room, so if they want the service of an extra of a cooked breakfast, then I'm going to charge for it £10 a head, and I don't think that's unreasonable.
Alex discovers further problems with Joe's communication skills while catching up with Laura.
So you're happy here at the moment, or not?
50-50.
What are your main gripes still?
Just management-wise. The management. If Joe just spent 5 minutes and said, right, this needs to be done, this is what we're going to do this evening, this is how it's going to go, this is how it's going to work, then I wouldn't have to bother Joe at all for the whole day.
So really, it's communication
Yes.
that's the biggest problem here.
Yeah.
So staff meetings, probably.
Definitely. 100%. Needs to be done.
With Joe refusing to budge on breakfast and staff morale falling as fast as his profits, the alarm bells are ringing. Time's running out for the who'da thought it, so Alex drags Joe outside with his mother Joan, the owner, for a wake-up call.
I think you need to work on your management skills, Joe. I really do. What comes up is that there's not enough communication. And that comes from you, doll.
I'm really sorry, Joe, but I don't ever remember you having a staff meeting, ever.
Well, I do have them. I don't have them that frequently, but then you're not really down here to know that, are you? Well,
When did you have one?
when did I last have one?
Yeah.
In the kitchen 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but not with everybody.
No, I just said I didn't have it with everyone then.
But that's not a staff meeting. I think that's very
it's not.
important.
OK, we'll work towards having one at least once every fortnight, if not once a week.
I think you need to kind of just be a manager and make sure that you be a bit more jolly.
No, you think I'm a miserable old git, do you?
No, I don't, but I think you may come across as one.
And the rewards will be fantastic, Joe.
OK, so, but you agree, staff meetings, communication, yeah?
Yes.
just general try a bit of joie de vivre.
Yeah.
Look. There you go. Perfect.
Jo might be happy to keep smiling through adversity, but Joan is concerned her son is just paying lip service.
The trouble is, when you work for yourself, you don't take orders, do you? And he's got used to not taking orders, not even from me. Hopefully he's going to take some orders from Alex, because what's the point of it all if he doesn't?
With a plan to attract more midweek customers, Alex's design team get busy transforming 2 of Jo's rooms into uniquely themed but more business-friendly environments. Meanwhile, the once jaded Jo has discovered some newfound enthusiasm. He set up a stand at a local shopping centre where he's marketing the Who'da Thought It in his own inimitable style.
So when we're just chatting to people about the deals, if you can just ask them what their favourite deal, what they think the best value for money is.
Following Alex's advice, he's come up with 3 attractive deals, all of which include breakfast.
I'm anticipating, a lot of interest, and I've got the best girls to sell the best products.
Hello ladies, can I introduce the Who'da Thought It to you? No? OK. I'm trying to find the pretty ones.
So basically, for £100 you get a one-night stay in a luxury jacuzzi room.
Half a bottle of champagne and a full English breakfast is down to £100.
My girls, they're fantastic. Yeah, they're just doing a great job. I mean, just look at them. Selling to the heart's content.
Is it your anniversary? Perfect for your anniversary.
With Alex's words ringing in his ears, Jo's as bubbly as his champagne.
Spring's in the air, isn't it? I've got a spring in my step, got my mojo back. When are you thinking of?
I'm getting married 27th of August.
Of August. That's my brother's birthday. If you give us a call, surely we might be able to do you a deal.
With bookings coming in thick and fast, it seems Alex was right. People are thirsty for deals and value for money.
I would go for the £150 deal because it sounds like the most value for money.
It seems good value for money, doesn't it? Yeah.
What I'm going to take away from this is more of that, get yourself out there and promote yourself. Regardless of what deals you do put on, if you're putting on something and putting yourself out and about, people will kind of be reminded where you are, and it's a fantastic marketing tool.
Do you see the pole?
Back at the hotel, the news isn't so great. It appears Jo's rediscovered joie de vivre isn't enough for Laura, who's decided it's time to say au revoir to the Who'da Thought It.
Well, Laura's decided to move on. She's moved to pastures new. She needed to move on, and I didn't. That wasn't a problem at all. There wasn't an issue between the 2 of us.
I am sad and frustrated because I never like to give up. I still think there's a lot of room for improvement. Staff meetings, they do need to happen. I just feel in my heart that it's time to go and shine somewhere.
Alex is back. She's heard about Laura's untimely departure and she's not impressed with Jo.
Last time I was here, I talked to him quite a lot about his relationships with his staff and his management style, and he promised me he was going to address quite a few issues. He obviously hasn't done that, and so now I'm going to have to wade in.
Alex wants Jo to improve on communication with his team. Currently, staff get information from a reception diary, but Alex wants to introduce a new chart-based system to keep each department up to date.
I always start off my week when I'm running a hotel with looking ahead at the diary and doing a little
When do you finish your week?
Well, I do a check every day. 7-day-a-week business, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I do usually a little chart, which I then update every day as to covers that I have booked, lunch and dinner every day, and rooms that I have out. So why don't we do that together?
OK, if you'd like to do that, yeah.
Well, how do you start your week? What do you do?
Well, obviously, we refer to the diary, see what bookings we've got in and how many rooms
It's
there
the
are.
thing of the flow of information, darling, that everyone knows exactly which areas of the hotel are busy, which areas aren't.
Well, obviously, it's black and white. The chefs come and check the diary to see what they have to do for that week and for that day, and the same with the maids.
Frustratingly for Alex, her words don't seem to be getting through.
OK, well, I just think I'm just going to let you do it exactly as you've been doing it until now, because obviously you've been doing such a fucking amazing job that you don't need any help at all from me. You know, why don't you just give it...
Well, what are you trying to say, darling?
Because I'm just saying...
answering what you're saying.
No, I am saying that it is helpful to have on a chart for a week and some idea of when you're busy, when you're not. Of course, they can come and check the diary 6 times a day. I suggest that it's quite useful for people to know in advance how busy they're going to be and when they're going to be busy. It is just quite standard.
Of course they know that, because they have the diary, so they refer to.
I don't think that it's very good that staff have to keep coming back to a book to find out for themselves what is happening ahead. He should be communicating that to them. He should be in charge of the situation. Why would he not want to tell people what they should be concentrating on? Instead, he just leaves it all up to them. And that's why various aspects of this business are run so badly.
It's black and white there. Black and white there. Look what she's getting on.
You just said I don't see the point of that. They can come and look in the book.
Why should I do? What did you suggest I should do?
Or do a little chart for yourself about who covers morning and evening and rooms that are let, so that you can communicate to staff rather than them having to come and find out information from you, so that you're communicating to them, so that you're being a manager and handing down the information. OK. Right, so...
After a quick lesson in the importance of clear communication...
You can basically understand what I'm trying to do is build up a picture of the week, so especially at a glance.
OK, we'll crack on with that.
Alex calls the staff together to demonstrate the benefits of regular meetings.
Welcome to what I hope will be the first of many staff meetings that Joe's going to hold. I think it's very important that there's a flow of communication. This is a small business, and the more information you have, the better you are at going out and selling the place for Joe. Correct?
Correct.
Is there anything that you would like to have in staff meetings?
No, just all sitting around a table, I think, is getting the ball rolling in the right direction. So I think that in itself is all we need, really.
Sometimes if there's a couple of you on, sometimes it can be a bit wishy-washy and no one's quite sure what they're meant to be doing. So for someone to say, that's what you should be doing, to just get on with it, you know, I think that would help.
So, Joe, I'm going to hold you to this. You've got a few weeks until my next visit, and I expect a staff meeting every week, darling, please. Yeah?
Yep.
Thank you very much.
It appears Joe may be growing into his role as manager.
Of course it's important, because everything starts from the top down. If you've got, or from the roots up or whatever, so if you've got bad roots, you're not going to have lovely flowers, are you?
With Joe seeming more on side, it's time for Alex to reveal her makeover to mother and son.
This is the traditional gentleman's club room.
To attract the midweek corporate market, Alex has taken one of the empty staff rooms and given it a classy gentleman's club theme. Still unique, but more in keeping with what business customers might expect.
I think it's just transformed it. It's amazing.
They're good. Love it.
Yeah.
The Red Room, once home to Joe's own erotic art collection, has also enjoyed an extensive facelift.
Very nice.
Which I hope you'll agree is, again, quite classy.
It's now a tasteful Japanese geisha room, still sensual and exotic, but now palatable to both men and women.
The idea is that, again, it just shows you that when you do a theme, you have to really try and do it as nicely as you possibly can.
A bit more feminine, but still, yeah, good. Nice clean lines, I like it.
Love it to bits.
Thank you, darling.
With his new, more corporate-friendly rooms, there's one final challenge for Joe.
You've now had some practice in putting packages together, so I'd like you to put one more different package together specifically for corporate customers. It should include breakfast, and you should go and sell it to various companies and then invite them to an open day here. I'd like you to showcase everything that the Who'd Have Thought It has to offer. I'd like to see you being life and soul of the party, casting your bonhomie about the place.
Oh, that won't be a problem.
OK, good.
Alex has asked Joe to organise an open day to show off his new business-friendly hotel. So he heads into town to work his charm on Kent's business VIPs.
And the idea is to show you what we do at the Who'd Have Thought It. All the rooms are different, they're all themed. And that's from £149. That's a whole day of the corporate stuff.
OK, thank you very much.
And what I'd like to do is see you tomorrow at 11:30 for a little surprise at Port Manor Church. Don't worry, we're not getting married.
Joe can't resist organising a typical Who'd Have Thought It surprise.
I'm after a little favour again. What better than my top mate Scotty to lend us some real naughty car?
It's the big day, and Joe is feeling confident.
Am I going to be worried? Not at all, no. I'm so used to doing events, so really is walk in the park.
Taking Alex's advice about clear communication, he's even got time to give his staff a thorough briefing.
Right, Karen, as you know, we've got this corporate event today and everyone's turning up early. OK, ladies, what we've got today is we've got this corporate event we're running. We're going to be meeting people at the top of the hill in their cars, where I want you to get out of the cars all elegantly, with champagne, offering them to the guests. But I want all the rooms done with the doors open so we can show all the corporate people around when they come down about 12:30.
OK, Joe, not
Thanks, Karen. Cheers.
Alex has returned to see if Joe's ready for the challenge.
This is a really big day for the Who'd Have Thought It. I hope Joe realises that and he has everything ready. And I hope he doesn't forget what it is that we're trying to achieve, which is to introduce the Who'd Have Thought It to some new potential business clients. Because if he doesn't, he's going to sink.
While Joe organises the surprise, Alex catches up with Chef James to see if morale has improved, along with Joe's communication skills.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Yeah, very well. Yeah, good.
Has there been any staff meetings since I was last
Yeah,
there?
we've had a staff meeting.
No bloody way.
Yeah, we actually had a staff meeting.
Yeah?
It was quite productive, allowed people to get things off their chest. We implemented a few systems.
I'm also very surprised to see that Joe's using the kind of system that I suggested to him.
I think you've given a good tool. It does help quite a lot, yeah.
Good, Donny, thank you.
With the hotel and staff ready, it's time for Joe to face one of the biggest challenges of his management career. The business VIPs have access to thousands of corporate clients, many of whom require accommodation. If the open day goes well, the future of the Who'd Have Thought It could be secure. Get it wrong, and Joe's business could go flat.
OK, ladies, thank you for turning up to the Who'd Have Thought It experience. We're going to give you a glass of champagne, and then we've got a little surprise for you to take you down to the Who'd Have Thought It, where we're going to show you some rooms and we'll have a little party.
With so much at stake, Joe's pulling out all the stops. He's decided his VIPs deserve some TLC. So he's arranged to meet his guests 2 miles up the road for a true Who'd Have Thought It surprise.
Your chauffeur's away.
Joe's guests will be transported to the hotel by a fleet of classic cars. It's certainly got the ladies talking.
There's no back seat. Oh, there is no back seat on this one. That's fine, thank you.
With his guests safely delivered to the hotel, Alex is keen to remind Joe of the importance of his role.
Now, Joe, remember these are your guests, so you can be the life and soul now.
Absolutely. Well, she has to complain about everything, doesn't she? But there's not really. I don't think there's anything she can really complain about. But she does like a moan, doesn't she? Let's be fair. I mean, you wouldn't want to live with her, would you?
But Joe may have taken Alex's advice too literally as he puts his heart and soul into showing off his pride and joy.
All right, ladies, this is our top suite. This is the champagne and shoes room.
I see why. I'm not so keen on the...
No, I know. Not a lot of people are. Maybe it's kind of...
It's not very businessy. No.
It's not very busy, but it does hold the building up nicely.
Right.
Yeah.
Joe's breakfast arrangements also raise eyebrows.
You mentioned that with the rooms that breakfast wasn't included?
No, breakfast isn't included. It's £10 extra. for the normal stay here.
Is it negotiable?
Well, I think
Yeah.
for the corporate rate, it is included.
That's it. No, corporate rate definitely included. For the normal stay, it's £10 extra, but for the corporate deal, definitely, yes, that's all included. Yes.
I think most places do these days, so it's quite unusual for it not to be included.
Shall we?
Fortunately, Alex's newly designed business-friendly rooms ride to the rescue.
Yeah, the attention to detail. I mean, I love the little teapot with the cups and the little.
You can kneel down like they do in Japan.
Very nice indeed.
Good, good.
After a faltering start, Joe's charm seems to be finally shining through. He's following Alex's advice, offering deals and impressing his guests.
Do you ever do an inclusive package?
If they wanted 2-course meal included, we can, not a problem to do that, to have a dinner, bed, breakfast package for them. It's not a problem at all.
But has Joe impressed the corporate clients enough to breathe new life into the Who'da Thought It?
For our business, we would be looking to put international distributors up in accommodation, and I think this accommodation is different, and therefore it is something that may well appeal to them.
I could easily see us booking in some rooms for people who've got further to travel and don't want to stay in a standard hotel.
I absolutely love all the different styles of rooms. My particular favourite is the shoes and champagne room. That's really a bit naughty but very nice.
It looks as though Joe has pulled it off. The business guests are clearly impressed.
Now, I'm sure you want to tell me how ecstatically happy you are that I came here to help you
Alex,
so much.
I'm ecstatically happy you came.
Liar.
No, it's no. That's true. It got me out of the doldrums. It got me at it. Got me back to myself. Well, I'm really enthusiastic, and I think that's the most important thing. If I'm enthusiastic, everyone else is going to be enthusiastic.
Yeah, of course they are, Joe.
You're even making me smile as you say that. Look.
Yeah. And isn't he lovely when he's lovely?
I always knew it was going to be a battle of wills with Joe. However, Joe has started making corporate deals. If anything is going to help the Who'da Thought It survive through the summer and into the winter, it's going to be the deal making.
I've enjoyed it. It's given me the buzz again for the place, and that's the most important thing. Alex is going to leave here knowing she's going to come back, because this is a bit of her, and she knows it.
The Sandygate Hotel in Wath-upon-Dearne, South Yorkshire. Proprietors Diane Elliott and her husband, 6'6" chef and Elvis fanatic, Dave.
Check on!
Thank you. 2 fish cake plates. My food is the best you'll find probably in the north of England. That might sound like blowing your own trumpet, but I have a magical touch that nobody else has.
Dave handles all things culinary.
Veggie burger with bacon. What's all that about?
While Diane looks after the rooms and front of house.
Good afternoon, Sandygate House Hotel.
It's an equal partnership, though some are more equal than others.
I respect her views and respect her opinion. Push comes to shove, I get the final say.
Dave, check on. Dave's the gaffer. I just work for him.
Here's me sweating my brow off. Can't even write a table number.
One cocktail.
But although Dave's restaurant turns a small profit, elsewhere in the hotel, they're struggling.
Everything that I make on the restaurant, it goes to keep the place going, so we're virtually making nothing.
The function room lies empty most of the week, and the guest rooms are frequently deserted.
It can get very upsetting when you're working so hard, cooking so many meals, and you realise that it's all for nothing.
With occupancy rates as low as 2%, Dave and Diane can't survive much longer.
The expenses, the overheads, wages, everything else. Possibly 6 months.
The Elliots are facing a crisis, and for Dave, it's not the first time.
Before I came to the Sandygate, I was a bit of a lost soul, really. I'd had 3 restaurants over a period of years. I'd gone through divorce, hit the bottle, and was really losing my way. And I committed a crime, a fraud, basically obtaining goods by deception, which I got in trouble with the police for, which is something that I deeply, deeply regret and would never go down that avenue again.
Diane already had the Sandygate when Dave arrived as a temporary chef.
Diane really turned my life around, really. You know, the old saying, for the love of a good woman.
With the Sandygate now in trouble, the couple are hoping award-winning hotelier Alex Polizzi can prevent it from becoming their very own heartbreak hotel.
Well, first impressions aren't great. There are some horrible baskets that look as if they're filled with rubbish on the walls, and an absolutely ghastly signboard, completely empty of information.
To try and find out where Dave and Diane are going wrong, Alex will stay the night.
Hi.
Hiya. Morning, I'm David. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Diane.
Diane, my wife.
Alex Polizzi. Hi. Thank you so much for inviting me. I've come to check in.
All right.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Is this where guests would usually check in?
Yeah, the reception's behind the bar.
Okay.
Along with the poor signage, the informal check-in could confuse guests further.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Next stop, the accommodation.
Follow me this way.
Yeah.
The hotel has 11 bedrooms, all en suite, ranging from £50 to £75 per night B&B.
Right, Alex, here's your room. Okay.
Very nice, thank you.
No problem.
Well, the bed's made with nice white linen. Everything looks very clean. 2 bedside tables, 2 bedside lights. This is a bit shabby, but it's not the end of the world. This is a perfectly nice room.
And it's a similar story throughout the guest rooms. From the most basic,
small but inoffensive,
to the more ostentatious.
Well, this must be the pièce de la résistance, the bridal suite, no less. A few desiccated balls, obviously nice to have on your wedding night. Goodness gracious me, talk about throwing some light on the subject. It's not to my taste, but I have to say, the rooms are pretty nice here.
But the Sandygate's rooms are no use at all if nobody knows about them. And it soon becomes clear to Alex that the Sandygate may be Britain's first invisible hotel.
I'm just trying to find either Sandygate Hotel or Sandygate House Hotel somewhere on the internet. They don't exist on any of the obvious hotel review sites, and I can't find them on any of the room booking sites either. So unless you know that they're here, how on earth are you going to find them?
It's a shocking discovery, but a bigger surprise awaits when Alex visits Dave's restaurant. Now, Alex wants to check out Dave's pride and joy.
Yeah, right, okay.
The restaurant.
Would you like any wine?
I'm going to look at the wine list now, thank you. Their wines by the bottle seem very cheap to me. I would really like to make sure that Diane's making the margins that she thinks she's making on the bar.
Despite doing a poor lunchtime trade, Dave's convinced it's his restaurant that's propping up the rest of the failing business.
My food's regarded in high esteem in this area. I don't think there's any problem down here at all in the restaurant.
Alex has worked with some of the world's finest chefs, but that doesn't faze the Sandygate's own culinary giant.
A lot of people might be quaking in the boots. I don't quake in my boots, you see. There's nothing happening down there. She'll really enjoy it, I know she will.
The chef's bravado is reflected in his menu. A journey around the world in 80 dishes.
It's a huge menu. There's 30 starters. alone. It's bewildering. We have Louisiana prawns, we have Chinese ducklings.
In this pan, we've got traditional British braised steak.
Frog's legs.
Italian mushroom white wine sauce.
Chili con carne, so a bit of Mexican as well.
We do a dish called Chinese 3 in a bed with a hoisin sweet chili sauce.
Ostrich steak.
A massive menu means more work for Dave and more outlay on ingredients.
Can't quite see how he doesn't lose money, seeing as it's not busier than it is. It doesn't make sense to me.
And Dave's mega menu is more than matched by his king-sized portions.
OK, hotel inspector away. Here we go.
Oh my goodness gracious me. Thank you. Gosh, this is for people with appetite, isn't it? Thank you so much. I can feel my arteries clogging as I eat. Just how much is on a plate is slightly off-putting, let alone then having to eat it. I'm quite overcome.
You know, she's a bit of a skinny bird. I like a bit of something to get hold of myself.
That's no way an 8-ounce fillet steak. No fucking way. I mean, what are they trying to do? Kill me in one meal?
Alex knows that bulging waistbands in the restaurant mean overflowing rubbish bins in the kitchen.
So that's £19 worth of steak, and I've probably left £8 of it on the plate. You know, the whole idea is to increase revenue, not to stuff people until they're the size of Dave.
Dave, hotel inspector wants to speak to you.
Hello, Alex. What did you think?
I could not fault the food. So you're obviously a very good chef, but
Here we go.
But I sent back a lot of it. Now, you clearly are a man with a certain appetite, and
Yes.
not everyone is. I think the portion sizes are enormous.
I'm a large guy, but you're a very slim woman.
Okay,
So if you had some light fish or something like that, might have been better. You ordered 2 heavy dishes.
but I wanted steak.
Right.
You've got over 30 starters, you've got over 40 mains, you've got Thai fish cakes, you've got Chinese, you've got Mexican, Italian.
Is that a bad thing?
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah?
Absolutely, I do. You had 4 customers at lunchtime. Tonight, I've seen maybe 16 with me. With that kind of menu, and with therefore that kind of stocking, what does that do to your margins?
The hotel is in crisis, and far from being the solution, Dave's beloved restaurant is a big part of the problem.
I think she was missing the point totally. Maybe she's only worked with chefs with very limited ability as well. Some chefs can't hold that many things in their mind as well.
Obviously, having such a low occupancy rate is not helping the health of their balance sheet. But I think it's essential that the size of the portions is correct for the price they're selling it, and that they're making a healthy profit.
The next morning, and Dave is still feeling a little sensitive.
Alex has been here looking around everywhere, been a bit of a snooper. It is a bit pressurised, you feel a little bit under scrutiny. It's like somebody looking in your knicker drawer. Not that I wear knickers, but, only at weekends.
Alex thinks it's time to get Dave and Diane's dirty laundry out in the open, starting with the tatty entrance and confusing check-in.
First thing I noticed was these awful baskets, which are kind of look like they've kind of got garden rubbish in them at the moment. I think it's better to have them empty than to have them not very appealing. Yeah. Also, as you walk in, you've got this notice board with nothing on it. When you check in, you really want some guidance about where to go, and especially if you're a woman travelling on her own like me, or if it's busy, because it's quite confusing even after you walk in through that front door.
Yeah.
Next on Alex's hit list, Dave's overindulgent restaurant, which needs to be a much leaner, meaner operation.
I really think that it's very important that we get the offering right, that we get the cost right, that we get the portion sizes right. And I've talked to David about that separately. I would really like you to make sure that you look again at the bar, make sure that you really are hitting your margins on everything you sell. You should be making 70% on your wine, darling. You really should, at least. So you're silly if you're not. It really is, it's unforgivable.
Alex also wants Dave and Diane to understand that the guest rooms are just as important to the business as the restaurant.
Room occupancy is very low, and so that side of the business is not pulling its weight. But they actually bring in a lot of money for very little cost.
Yeah.
I don't think rooms are necessarily...
our bag.
No. Do you think that's fair?
I think it's more mine than Dave's.
Yeah, I've been negligent in that department.
And finally, the Sandygate can no longer afford to be a hidden hotel.
I find the fact that you have no existence on the internet really terrifying, because every shithole I visit, and this is very far, I'd like to make that clear, I'm not putting you in that category, but, you know, every horrible little place I visit has a presence on internet review sites, on booking sites. You are nowhere to be found. Nowhere.
No.
You know, you need to get out there and make sure that you are letting people know what you are offering. And I think our final and most important thing is to try and achieve a star rating for you.
Yeah, we'd very much like to get a star rating.
Again, that gives you a presence. I hope I've made David and Diane realise that they're really sitting on a gold mine, and a gold mine that they're not exploiting. I think I've shown them some ways that we may start to do that, because I'd like to see that the rooms and the restaurant contribute to the future success of the Sandygate.
She did touch a nerve a little bit. You always like to think you know what you're doing, especially after nearly 30 years of doing it.
We're just desperate to get people through the doors and looking after the downstairs without thinking about what was going on upstairs. We need to refocus and get the rooms occupied.
It's been a real eye-opener and brought some home truths.
Alex has left Dave and Diane with a clear recipe for success. Dave must increase his margins by slashing his menu and his portion sizes. They must immediately start advertising the hotel's bedrooms by getting on the internet and targeting the local corporate market. And finally, Dave and Diane should reach for the stars and get the Sandygate officially rated. Two weeks on, Diane has been busy renegotiating with suppliers to get a better deal on the bar stock.
Pinot Grigio, 1 case. The Mathias Rosé, 1 case.
While Dave has heeded Alex's advice and is investigating his whopping portions.
Your wastage there is £1 7 ounces, which is almost 3 8-ounce fillet steaks.
And as one of his signature starters, Big Dave's spare ribs, hits the scales, the results are hard to swallow.
Oh, Lord. I was hoping it'd be about 8 ounces, half a pound. So really, it's double what I was thinking. I'm gonna hate doing this calculation. We should be selling it at £7. We're selling it at £3.95. So
It's gonna have to be little Dave's ribs from now on.
So, does that mean I've got to go on a diet? Yeah? Okay.
It's an eye-opener for the Elliots.
So what have you been up to since I last saw you?
We've done a lot, Alex. It's portion sizes.
Yeah.
We've reduced. The main one was the ribs. When we costed it, we found out that we weren't making a penny. We've reduced the table d'hote menu. Yeah.
Is this the rejig one?
Yeah, that's
It still looks enormous, but...
It is, but it's a lot less. 6 starters and 6 mains have gone.
And what's happened with the a la carte menu? Have you taken anything off that?
No. Some people, they like the mixture. They like to come have, say, a partridge, a steak, and then someone else wants a burger and a chilli.
I mean, anyway, there's no point me trying to convince you of this because obviously this is something that you're not going to change.
Well, I am working towards it, Alex.
Are you?
Yeah, it's just, you can't do it overnight.
OK, well then, I'll tell you what. Because I don't want to go on arguing this with you, I would like you to get your waitresses to put every item that is on the menu onto a spreadsheet, and every time someone orders it, I want them to put one tick in a box. I mean, if I see that in a month 3 things have never been ordered, I think that is the
lost. Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I'd like us to
idea.
go from a point of knowledge.
Dave may not have made the kind of progress Alex would have liked with the menus, but he has decided on a major change at the hotel. One that puts his restaurant firmly at the top of the bill.
I've had the idea to rebrand the place, call it Elliot's, which is my second name, Kitchen and Lounge at the Sandygate.
Right.
It emphasises that we're a good restaurant.
Yeah.
And a hotel as well.
OK, I like the idea of Elliot's Kitchen. I think it sounds kind of funky and of the moment. But one of the focuses of my attention here is really the rooms, and it's a side that's been ignored. And I don't like feeling again that this food and beverage operation is taking prominence. I think we need to really emphasise the location is the Sandygate Hotel.
Despite Dave's confidence in his restaurant, at the moment it doesn't attract a big lunchtime crowd. Alex thinks the underused but light and airy function room might provide a solution.
Now, I think this area is really underutilised, and I think this is somewhere that people should gravitate to anyway during the day because it's so light. So I'd like you to let me take control of it here, and I would like to decorate it, warm it up a bit, do something with the lighting. All in all, make it an alternative place to eat.
Lovely.
Does that sound good?
Sounds great to me.
OK.
Yeah.
But without decent advertising, any improvements at the Sandygate will go unnoticed. So far, there's little sign of the marketing drive Alex demanded for the Sandygate's bedrooms.
I think that they haven't quite grasped the nettle yet. They're throwing away the opportunity to make money here.
So, to try and get her message through to Dave and Diane, Alex has called in some local business people who regularly book hotels in the area.
So, this is pretty much what all the rooms are like. What do you think so far?
Surprised.
Well, I was.
Yeah.
Yes, very surprised.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite light and modern, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know about you, but if I was travelling for work, I wouldn't find this offensive in any way, shape or form.
No, not at all.
It's $49.99 for a single person.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Diane, you got the thumbs up. Go on. Follow Diane, please. Thank you.
You'd like to go in? Oh, this is nice.
So, did you know this place was here?
I knew the pub was here. I didn't realise they had hotel rooms as well.
If we didn't know and we only worked down the road, and we book hotels for people, then I certainly didn't know they had rooms like this.
Any advertising, Diane, hasn't been very effective.
No.
They didn't even know that there were rooms here. They knew the Sandygate as a pub.
Because once they've seen it, I'm sure that people would use it.
This is exactly the kind of clientele that you really need for the Sandygate.
Dave, they've been up looking at our bedrooms.
Right.
They didn't know the rooms were here. That's probably why we're not so full.
If they are to save their hotel, the Elliots must act now and start marketing the accommodation before it's too late. And the reluctant Dave must be far more ruthless with his menus.
As regards to the menu, the jury's out. Let's see when we get the figures back in, whether it's the delectable hotel inspector or the Elvis chef who's going to be the winner.
Three weeks later, and it appears Dave and Diane have stepped up a gear. The rebranding has gone ahead, with the hotel side of the business getting equal billing. Almost.
being called Elliot's Kitchen at the Sandygate Hotel. And we've got new signage, we've got new menus, new brochures. Yeah, it's all good.
Inside, Diane has tackled the confusing and informal check-in.
We've actually created a reception. There's a designated desk where people can check in and they know where they're going to.
And they're creating their first ever website.
We could try and show the feature of the little twinkle lights underneath. We can get that in at some stage, and maybe a low shot or something.
Meanwhile, Alex's team are busy turning the underused function room into a welcoming daytime dining area.
It's like quite a nice mushroom colour.
And Dave's heavyweight portions are being slimmed down.
For example, the fish cakes, they used to be, well, at least half the size again, and it's helping our margins greatly.
But is his newfound enthusiasm a mere flash in the pan? The hotel inspector's back to find out. The initial signs are good. The rubbish has disappeared from the hanging baskets, and the tatty notice board is a thing of the past.
I can't believe what a dramatic difference this makes. When you think of when I first arrived and there was that nasty chalkboard with nothing on it, this looks professional, it looks clean, it looks smart. It's very encouraging, it entices you in. Between that and the signage out the front, I think they've already completely transformed the Sandygate.
Next stop, the newly improved function room.
Doesn't this look great?
It does.
Absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, very good.
It's been transformed from an underused and uninviting afterthought into a welcoming, modern, bistro-styled space with warm lighting and contemporary furnishings. Still ideal for functions, but also much more appealing for lunchtime diners.
In the past, people felt a bit second best in here.
Yeah.
But now they'll feel equally, if not better. I think
Good.
people actually will ask to eat in here.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased with progress so far.
Good.
But there's one subject the hotel inspector and Dave still can't see eye to eye on.
I have the new a la carte menu, which is looking so much better. It looks like he cut a lot of dishes from this menu. However, the table d'hôte menu is still huge. Now, the whole point about the table d'hôte menu is it's a set menu, and almost everywhere else you go, you'll see that there is normally 3 to 5 or 6 starters and mains, and quite often they're used by people who lunch because it's a quick and easy lunch service. I don't understand why he hasn't done this off his own back.
As Alex demanded, Dave has kept a record of his best and worst sellers. While classic dishes like braised steak have sold well, others, like the Swedish smorgasbord, have proved far less popular.
Why is your table d'hôte menu still so enormous? Smorgasbord 15. Do you think that's good over 6 weeks? That's an average of 2 a week when you don't have roll mop herrings, fresh anchovies anywhere else on a menu.
No.
I really do think that unless you sell about 6 portions a week of something, it's not worth having
Not worth
it.
proactive.
Can I say to you that I think that this is you showing off?
Yeah, right.
I'm not doing it just to torture you. I'm doing it because I want to make your business more profitable and make sure that you have a very efficient operation. And I don't think that this is efficiency.
No. I think it can be reduced again. Maybe 6 or maybe 8 starters.
I'll allow you 8.
8, okay.
But that is it.
It's not just in the kitchen where Alex wants more decisive action. She now wants Dave and Diane to take their marketing campaign to a new level.
Now, David and Diane, I do challenge you to make some appointments with some corporate customers and sell your hotel and your product, your operation to them. Once you have made these appointments, I want you to do an open day so that people can actually come and see the operation.
The final step in getting the hotel noticed will be to achieve a star rating.
I think in your position, it's definitely worth having a rating. It will mean that people look up hotels in the area and you'll come up. You'll come up on their assessment, and I think that's very important for you.
Dave and Diane have decided to apply for a rating as a hotel rather than guest accommodation. They hope it'll make them more attractive to the corporate market, but it will be much harder to get the stars.
We're definitely going for it, that's for sure. And my strong feeling is, as with everything, we push for the best. So the best we can obtain is 3 stars. So I think we're going to go for it, aren't we, darling?
We're going to try for 3.
We're going to try for 3. OK, we're going to get 3 stars.
They are now facing a really big challenge, and it's something that ultimately I can't help them with. Will they get their 3 stars? I hope with every atom of my being that they manage to achieve it. We'll just have to wait and see.
Four weeks later, and Dave is preparing to leave the familiarity of his kitchen and venture out in search of corporate customers.
This slide shows our luxurious bridal accommodation. I'm a chef, and as a chef, I struggle with the marketing side of the business. And it's not really Diane's strong point. To be honest, we're quite clueless. Our website's at www.sandygatehotel.co.uk.
Alex has arranged for him to pitch his hotel to 2 major local businesses. First, a communications company with over 700 employees.
Right, OK. It's taken me to prepare this presentation not that long. There's a lovely picture of myself and my wife. Looks a little bit scary, but a little bit nervous, but we'll see how it goes. Elvis the chef. I've tried to present myself as business-minded, business-like, but with an element of chic rock and roll cool. Fortunately, my cooking's better than my singing, so I'm told.
However, a flustered Dave has omitted some rather basic info from his presentation.
How many rooms do you have, Dave?
Is there Wi-Fi facilities in the rooms?
How close are you to the site of TSC?
He's determined to raise his game for his next pitch.
Good morning. My name is David Elliott. Welcome to my world.
At one of the leading construction companies in the north of England.
I think I've got it nailed now. Good afternoon, everybody. My name's David Elliott. Welcome to my world. We're small, we're a family business, so we can offer much better personal service.
It's an altogether more confident performance.
We've got an open day, which, by the way, you're all invited to. And once people have been through the door once, I'm sure they'll come back again.
And despite the odd misjudged comment,
it's something different. It's not just like totally corporate, everything the same.
It appears Dave has pulled it off.
He came across as really likeable, actually, when he started talking, which is strange given the first impression of the open shirt and everything like that.
But yeah, I think we would definitely consider using the Sandygate.
Maybe just button up one button on his shirt.
Now the couple face the biggest day in the hotel's history. Alex has asked them to hold an open day to put the inconspicuous hotel back on the map.
I'm just checking to make sure that I haven't run out of any beer.
And she's arranged for a secret inspection by the tourism agency to try and earn them their first ever star rating. Diane thinks she's checking in an ordinary guest, but he's really an incognito assessor who'll be scrutinising every aspect of the hotel, including the service at reception.
Shall I take and show you a room?
Thank you.
The quality and comfort of the rooms.
Going to be stopping in room 11.
Thank you very much.
And the standard of food and service in the restaurant.
taken every step that we possibly can to achieve, hopefully, the 3 stars. We can't do any more than what we've physically done. If we get 3 stars, there's going to be some champagne going. Trust me.
Although they're unaware of the assessor's presence, the Elliots feel they've made every effort to achieve their dream 3-star rating. It would do a lot to attract new guests to the Sandygate's empty bedrooms, but that alone won't be enough. Today's open day for the local corporate community is critical. Alex is back to make sure the day runs smoothly.
Today is really important. It's now or never for the Sandygate. They've got an open day to show off the hotel and the restaurant to some of these new potential clients that Dave's gone out and grabbed on the streets of Rotherham.
Dave's marketing tour appears to have paid off, with the arrival of delegates from a number of local organisations.
It's delicious.
First, lunch in the refurbished function room. A chance for the guests to sample a selection from Dave's now dramatically reduced menu.
Okay, nice. Beautiful.
And for Diane and Alex, a chance to sell the hotel's good points.
Have you seen bedrooms before?
I haven't seen the bedrooms here before, no.
I'll look forward to showing you some of the rooms if you're happy to do that.
Definitely, yes.
And the food's very good.
Just tried the food. The canopy was certainly lovely.
And the only way to make it full is to make sure that everyone knows that it's here. And Dave going out and doing some direct marketing and the open day that he has today all feeds into that.
Next, a tour of those underused bedrooms.
This is our bridal room with our twinkle lights on the ceiling, so when you lay horizontal, which I think they might just be now and again, they can look up and think they're looking at the stars.
The event culminates with a charity stage show. And it's Viva South Yorkshire as Dave and Diane bring a touch of Vegas to Rotherham. Alex continues with the big sell, and all the effort seems to be paying off.
So you've seen the rooms for the first time. What did you think?
Very nice. Nice, spacious rooms, clean. Free Wi-Fi is definitely positive for our business people. So, yes, really nice. I can't see why it can't be one of our preferred hotels.
The business people are won over. But there's one visitor at the hotel who may prove harder to please, and he's about to reveal his true identity.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm here on behalf of Visit England from Quality and Tourism. I'm here to carry out the assessment on the Sandygate Inn.
Right, okay.
Good morning. Nice to see you officially, or meet you officially.
Right, thank you.
The secret assessor has completed his inspection, and now it's the moment of truth. Have Dave and Diane done enough to earn their coveted 3 stars?
So, dear sir, what is the verdict?
I feel the property sits very much at the top end of 2-star at the present time.
Well, we've got 2 stars. We wanted 3.
Slight disappointment.
A slight disappointment, but at least we're on the road. It
Yeah.
will mean, hopefully, that next year we can get the 3rd star, now that we've started the process. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm slightly disappointed, but there's nothing else I can do. I suppose 2 stars better than none.
I feel incredibly frustrated for David and Diane that they haven't got their 3 stars, but on the other hand, we must be positive about this. They had no stars, they've now got 2 stars. There were so many more positives than negatives in everything that he had to say.
Dave and Diane aimed high and fell a little short. But the assessor is still leaving them with a valuable 2 stars to add to their long list of other achievements.
All in all, do you think that this has been a worthwhile process?
Absolutely, without a doubt. Really good.
What about you, Diane? You're the quiet one. Has it been worth it for you doing
I
this?
thoroughly enjoyed it.
4 months ago when I came, you basically didn't exist. And now, not only do you have a website, but the fact that you have 2 stars, that is going to really help in filling your rooms, which, as we know, was the weak side of the business. Yeah. I think you two are a great couple and a great team, and I really wish you and the Sandygate every success that there can be, because I think you deserve it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That means a lot to us.
Despite being slightly disappointed that Sandygate didn't achieve the 3 stars that we were all desperately hoping for, I'm incredibly proud of David and Diane. They were prepared to step out of their comfort zone, try a lot of things that they hadn't done before, and also they've shown a real determination to make the Sandygate a success. The Sandygate is on the right path, and in the future, if they want to go for that 3rd star, I'm sure that they'll achieve it.
2 months on, corporate bookings have increased. The revamped function room is a hit, and Dave has managed to increase his margins in the restaurant by a massive 20%. The Sandygate is no longer a heartbreak hotel.
Elvis has left the building, believe you me. Thank you, good night.
The Walpole Bay Hotel and Museum, a beacon of a bygone era on the Kent coast. Step inside and you step back in time to when it was first built in 1914.
Once you walk through our doors, you're in another world. Walpole Bay Hotel, good evening, how may we help? A world where good old-fashioned standards and people cared about each other and people talked to each other. And that's what we do here.
General Manager Jane Bishop is obsessed with living in the past.
Walpole is not just a hotel, it's a museum too.
Every nook, cranny and corridor of the hotel's 5 floors is crammed with her keepsakes.
It's a really, really unusual, wonderful old building full of the most amazing artifacts that you wouldn't see anywhere else.
But after 14 years at the helm, running this old Margate relic in the 21st century has become a struggle for matriarch Jane and her team of son Justin and daughter Dominique.
Hi there. If you're going in the dining room, you've got to take your own chair. We've run out.
Mum certainly is front of house. This is her stage, her theatre. We do have different views on how the hotel's run.
We don't agree on a lot of things. People come from all over the world to visit our museum, and Justin calls it mother's junk in front of the guests. He has no soul.
My brother wants to modernise, and my mum wants to keep it all traditional. And I can see there'll be battles in the future.
Just, if you put them in the little room, thank you.
This is a family at war.
We need space for the choir here. We need standing room and the organ.
Choir normally comes in the door and has that area there.
Yes, darling, but the easiest thing is to move this table and give us lots of floor space.
OK.
We've got to have somewhere to sit them.
OK. Calm down.
The family relationships were becoming more and more frayed. I basically don't feel that we'll have a family at the end of it. I personally don't feel that we have a great family life now.
It's not just the family that's falling apart. A 20% occupancy rate for the 41 rooms means the business is also at breaking point.
We're in a bit of a rut and we don't know how to get out of it business-wise. We may not even be here in 12 months' time. It's make or break, really.
Enter award-winning hotelier Alex Polizzi. Her mission, to work out if the Walpole Bay Hotel, with its rich and colourful past, will also have a future. What the hotel inspector doesn't know is that she's walking into the crossfire of Jane and son Justin's bickering.
Jane, Alex Polizzi.
Hello. Welcome to Walpole, Alex.
Thank you so much for inviting me to come.
Oh, it's lovely to have you here.
The family's feuding even extends to the decor. Justin wants to modernise, like his design for room 305. While Jane believes the room should remain, like room 103, firmly planted in the hotel's Edwardian past.
Now, I'd like to go up to my room.
103.
Lovely.
Is a lovely little Old four-poster with a balcony on the front.
Fantastic.
But Justin...
Or 305, which is a wonderful new four-poster bed on the top floor with the best view.
OK, thank you very much. I'll go and look at them both, if that's all right with you, and then I'll make my decision of where to stay.
Will you all decide on 103, Alex?
305.
103.
305.
103.
Be 305, Alex.
As part of her investigation into the Walpole's woes, Alex will stay the night. She must choose which room to sleep in.
What a nice lift.
I think she's going to fall in love with Walpole because people do. And I think as Alex goes round the room, she will see that every single room is different, but it has its own little character, apart from the modern one, of course.
305 is, in my opinion, the perfect hotel room. It's got everything in there to a grand scale.
This is my least favourite stuff in the entire world. I never understand. What do people think it adds to a room to put little chunks of wood somewhere? Why is there a wine rack in here? Why is there a little table under the window? OK, for a start, the only reason the wine rack is here is because it's pine, and everything else is pine, so it all matches. This is actually quite nice. And you know what? It's immaculately clean too. Whoever chose the art should be put up against a wall and shot. I see what Justin's trying to do. He's trying to make a modern, clean-looking room, but it's just done with such awful taste. What on earth is this bedroom doing at the Walpole?
Justin's inferior design has not gone down well with the hotel inspector. Next, it's Jane's traditional room 103.
Well, straight away, the bathroom is a lot less impressive. I hate carpet on a bathroom floor. First of all, men are not known for their aim. It just soaks in all the moisture from all the millions of showers that have happened, and so it's quite often a bit mouldy and rotting underneath the carpet. Look at this plant in this awful collection of pots. I don't like this little arrangement. And although I like the sofa, I still don't understand why there's not a table in front of it. OK, so I get it. The whole idea is that this is an Edwardian bedroom, which is definitely more in keeping with the Walpole Bay Hotel. And I think probably this is the way to go. Although this family clearly needs some help in designing their rooms, because although I didn't like the bedroom upstairs, I can't say I'm overly fond of this one either.
It's morning and Jane is up early preparing breakfast.
I don't know which room Alex stayed in last night, but I do hope it's 103. It's very cosy and comfy, and it's got an antique four-poster bed, and hopefully she'll get a good impression from that. But I think she may have chosen 305. Oh, I'm terrified.
On her way to breakfast, Alex can't help but notice the hotel's cramped corridors stuffed with all the exhibits that make up Jane's museum.
I mean, what the hell is this? Lovely milk bottles, but what it's got to do with Edwardiana, I've got no idea. And why have 5 typewriters?
Over the years, Jane has collected or had donated thousands of objects, including 22 sewing machines, 19 typewriters, 21 carpet cleaners, 40 milk bottles, 450 seashells, 32 suitcases, and even 1 action man.
I just can't quite believe that people come here and give Jane the limbs to their dolls. This is like a doll graveyard. Very spooky. Hornet's nest from France. I mean, why is that here? And don't tell me that that washed up on the Margate coastline. What there is here is a mass of stuff, and some of it is junk and some of it's good, and no one's willing to decide what should be chucked and what should stay. The overall effect is much less that of a museum than of a junk shop.
The museum is free of charge, but Jane's obsession with it is costing her dearly.
Good morning, Jane.
Good morning, Alex. How did you sleep?
Very well, thank you for the hot water bottle.
That's okay. And which room did you sleep in?
In your room.
In 103? Oh,
Yes.
I'm so pleased.
Well, I wanted to sleep somewhere that was representative of the whole hotel.
Right. Here we are, Alex.
Thank you.
Milk, cream and butter curls.
Ooh, butter curls. I am being spoiled.
You are, there we are.
So how much do you allow per customer for breakfast?
Oh, my goodness.
You don't know, do you?
I haven't got a clue. Because the costing part of it isn't important to me.
Right.
The satisfaction of the guests, the quality of the food and everything is important.
But I don't mind you not being able to tell me that. As long as you are aware that that is a question that needs to be asked and answered, whether it's by you or one of the kids.
Well, that side of it is me. So the kids couldn't answer because that's left to me.
After 14 years in charge, Jane doesn't know how much a breakfast costs the hotel, or even if they're making any profit.
It's lovely to be at a hotel where you can see that the family really care about customer service, but I am shocked and astonished about how little grip they've got on the financial side of this business. And you can't tell me that that isn't having an effect on how successful they are.
I haven't got a blooming clue how much it's going to cost us to serve a breakfast. Something we talk about doing, but we've never got around to doing it. And my problem is I just can't answer her, and that's what makes me feel silly.
Alex tracks down 34-year-old administrator Dominique to find out more about how the hotel is run.
I asked your mum this morning how much it cost to put breakfast on a plate, and she had no idea. Someone needs to know the answer. Someone needs to have all those facts at their fingertips, and I'm assuming that that person is going to have to become you.
I do a lot of paperwork here, but I don't have a lot of responsibility for the paperwork here. So there's not really much responsibility given away from my mum.
I mean, is it a source of conflict in the family?
That's a key problem for us. We don't know how to communicate in the business without upsetting the family balance.
Next on Alex's list is son and functions manager Justin.
Starting here, this is our 5-course Sunday lunch menu that we offer our guests.
For $15.95?
Yes.
Which seems like an extremely good price to me.
And our lunch trade is booming. Sunday lunch normally runs at about 80 covers. We use it as a loss leader. And the idea there is if change is implemented to the content or the price, maybe we would lose some of that custom.
You said that Sunday lunch was a loss leader. Those were your words.
Yeah, that's right.
And if that's your busiest mealtime, then you're losing more than you're gaining. Something obvious to do would be to make a cheese board one of the options of dessert.
This is where we need to implement change and where we're stuck in our ways. When I actually offered or made that suggestion, it was like, but we already have our routine in order to do that, in order to do
OK, but I've got a big question for you then. If there's been that kind of debate about something as simple as Sunday lunch, are you guys for real? Are you actually prepared to change anything that you do to try and improve what's happening here and your profitability? I'd really love you to cost out that menu for when I'm next here.
Yeah, sure.
So that we see, what kind of percentage profit you're making.
The hotel inspector sits the family down with her findings so far. First on the agenda is Jane's junk.
I have a couple of issues with the Living Museum. You have very little discernment about what is important and valuable stuff and what is a load of tat. You have a cabinet with amputated dolls' limbs in it.
Oh, they're not amputated. The dolls were never made.
Well, I know.
The notice says this in the 50s.
Jane, things aren't just valuable because they're old.
I'm going to take issue with you now, Alex.
No, I'm sure you're going to take lots of issue with me, but you have to let me finish.
Yes, go on then.
Please, because I think there is this morass of stuff, this tide of stuff that has submerged everything that is valuable and interesting and that is actually genuinely has a point to being here. Why on earth do you have a hornet's nest from France? What on earth does it have to do with anything? This is not Edwardiana. This
The
is
museum isn't Edwardiana. The whole purpose of the museum is reminiscence. And it's not that they've got a financial
your clientele
value.
is dying out, Jane, because how many people are going to go on reminiscing?
All in all, there needs to be a cull.
We obviously differ in the intrinsic value of what's here.
Yeah.
And that is my bag.
If this building is to survive, it will survive as a hotel, not as a museum.
Next, Alex wants to discuss the hotel's bedrooms.
At this point, I ought to say, I'm no bigger a fan of Justin's room than I am of one of the old rooms, because I think that your room looks like it's come out of a catalogue.
Right.
And the Walpole isn't that, is it?
No, it's not.
Now, I think you need help on the design, because I also think that some of the older bedrooms have quite a lot of design flaws in them. The best thing would be a combination of the two, so some mod cons, along with a healthy dose of the essence of the past, but not the reality.
And finally, onto how the business is run.
I think, personally, that you're slightly unfair to your children because you give them title and not enough responsibility. And I think that that is something that has to change if you want them to keep on taking care of the Walpole once you no longer will. If you want it to survive another generation, you really have to change the tenet of your ways, because you're running it like a personal fiefdom.
Personal fiefdom, I should. She's gone.
I like Alex's idea of us taking on more responsibility, myself and Dominique. But I don't think Alex realises how hard it's going to be to implement change here.
Alex has left the family with a clear plan of action. Before solving the poor room occupancy, Jane must strip the museum back. The room's decor needs attention. Alex will design two, incorporating both Justin and Jane's vision. And last but not least, Jane must loosen the reins. Her kids must be given some responsibility for their departments.
Not happy about her comments, especially that I'm running my own personal fiefdom. And we're going to have a real battle on our hands with Alex and the museum. Nothing in this building I consider tut. Why hate the hornet's nest? Half the people in Britain have never seen a hornet's nest. Yes, that is very personal memory.
To show willing, Jane is reluctantly tackling her pride and joy, watched by Dominique.
People love trying the hats on, which is why they're there.
They don't. We're a
But they
hotel,
do.
and look, the hats up there. You've got modern hat, modern hat, modern hat.
But they're
Have
of
one.
interest.
Have one to show the era, not 12. So, what in these cupboards do you think that you'll be able to sacrifice?
Nothing. Nothing is going.
What about the hornet's nest?
No. People haven't seen a real live hornet's nest. What's next, darling?
Why? Why?
OK. Right. Plug. Socket.
Oh my God, it's even broken.
But it's Walpole.
Oh. We need hotel memorabilia or Walpole stuff. The silverware that's got our engravings on, the plates that have got our logos and emblem on, you know, that's what we should be displaying here. I think Mum's attitude really is going to have to change a little bit for us to progress.
After hours of toing and froing, Jane grudgingly agrees to get rid of some of her exhibits.
Pink plastic keyring.
But 3 shells and a keyring are unlikely to impress the hotel inspector. A few days later, and Alex is back to check on progress.
I've returned to the Kent coast to see if the Magpie of Margate has begun her mammoth task of scaling down the living museum. There's a sign up on the door saying that no more treasured possessions can be accepted at this time, which is looking promising, but I wonder how well I'll be received. Jane!
Hello, Alex.
How are you?
Welcome back to my fiefdom.
Thank you so much for allowing me here, Your Highness. So, Jane, have you actually got rid of anything so far? Shall we have a look, Jane?
Yeah, we can have a look, Alex.
You see, I love this. This is all to do with the Walpole. And I think it's wonderful and it's absolutely right that it should be here. Oh, my God. You still have the dolls.
The dismembered dolls, Alex, yes.
I know.
And the hornet's nest has pride of place.
I just don't think that you've really embraced the spirit of weeding out in quite the manner that I was hoping you were going to, Jane.
Well, I don't actually agree with your weeding out. My problem is that I've got to get you into the spirit of the Walpole Museum.
My problem is I've got to get you into the spirit of the Walpole as an extremely successful functioning hotel, because I completely disagree with you about the value of lots of the stuff that you have here.
But your idea of value and mine are different.
You don't understand the principle from which I'm coming from.
No. That's because I'm not a businesswoman.
OK.
You will grow to love it, Alex.
I doubt it, Jane.
If people give things to you, you are not going to then give them away because you want more space, or they're untidy, or they're not considered worthy by other people. You know, I just cannot accept that.
I think Jane's completely deluded if she thinks that she's providing this wonderful ambience for other people's treasured possessions to live on. In fact, this whole building is rather like a time capsule for other people's junk.
At an impasse, the hotel inspector calls in a secret weapon. Sam Bowen is Museum Development Officer for the county.
Right, so I've got someone to introduce you to, who I hope is going to be very helpful. Come this way. Jane, this is Sam.
Welcome to the Walpole fiefdom.
Congratulations, because you've made me speechless in some respects. This isn't unusual. The situation you found yourself in isn't unusual. But I really do think you are going to have to declutter, end of, and pick some. I'm sorry, I will be firm about that. Yeah. And for a visitor to understand what you've got here and actually to do justice to the objects themselves, because they're just not speaking to me. You don't know the stories behind them. You really need to declutter. I mean,
no, seriously, I couldn't. If somebody's given us something, donated it, whatever our impression of it is, they've made the effort to do that, and they've given it to us to take care of it for them. Whether they're older.
How are you taking care of the objects?
Well, I'm not taking care at the moment. You want to formalise me?
No, I don't want to formalise you. I want you to do what you do better, to make it more of an asset to the hotel. So that the hotel side, which we also need to make change to, and the museum side both come up together so that it's more appealing as a whole. The fact that you still argue the principle about never wanting to get rid of anything is a fact that nothing has actually gone through.
Jane's attitude to the museum is symptomatic of her unwillingness to change anything.
I can be stubborn, and I can be bolshy, and I can be big-headed. And she will grow to love the hornet's nest and the dismembered dolls and the hats eventually.
The key to safeguarding the future of the hotel lies with the younger generation. Alex believes the children are ready to have more responsibility.
I get the impression Alex believes in me, and I don't want to let her down.
Justin shows Alex his progress on the costings breakdown for their busy Sunday lunch.
Breaking down the costs for the customer is around the £4.35 mark. The wages on that being £6.67.
So that £6.67 plus your £4.30 food adds up to about £10.97. So it means you're making about £300 on a busy Sunday lunch. I'm much happier now that you've said to me that actually you're making a margin of profit on it, because on this basis you can start to make rational decisions about which way you take the business.
Yes, it's empowered me having the knowledge that I can tell what it's costing, and to a certain extent it gives me the knowledge to do my job better.
Next, the hotel inspector sees Dominique to discover if she's getting a handle on the hotel's accounts.
I think I'm in my infancy with the figures.
Yeah.
I think I could do an awful lot more, and I honestly think that I need to look into a more business-like approach.
Next morning, Alex holds a meeting to get the whole family's focus back on the hotel.
The main reason I'm here is to help increase your room occupancy, because that's what's really dragging the hotel down. And there's various ways to do that, such as making sure that your web presence is good, such as making sure that everyone who has ever stayed with you before gets reminded that you're here and tempted to come back again. This is your remit. And I do think that that's what we've got to think about. First of all, we've got to think about getting them through the door, and then we've got to make sure that you actually make some money off them once they're here.
Next, the decoration of the rooms.
If you're happy, I would like to do 2 bedrooms and bathrooms for you. I am going to make sure that we keep very much the feeling of this as an old-fashioned hotel. OK? Just to warn you.
Alex's design will be unveiled to Jane and Justin once completed. Now to tackle those battling bishops.
I like you very much for presenting a united front, but I do think that there are these things bubbling under the surface which actually you don't confront very healthily. Now, that's something we're going to have to get over, because...
Well, it goes deeper than that, doesn't it? Because we have a major... more sinister, oh yes. But we have this major problem where we can't, Justin and I, he doesn't know whether I'm his mother or his boss. And we hide that from you, you see.
So I think, you know, it's quite... You need to take a deep breath and take a step back, and anything that needs saying, you have to say in a professional manner. You have to receive in a professional manner.
That's going to be difficult for this
I can't
relationship.
Think of anything more difficult in
Now we have to make sure that the family works as well as the hotel working. It doesn't look to me like you get an enormous amount of time to enjoy yourselves as a family outside this place.
No, we don't.
So I'm casting down the gauntlet. I would like you to find a day when you go out and do something nice together.
Not a day a week.
No.
One day we might be able to manage day a week beyond us.
And finally, Alex would like an event to celebrate her new design.
In order to show off the new rooms, I would like us to have some kind of party here.
Good stuff came out of that discussion, and it's good that we can open up in front of Alex, who is a virtual stranger, really. She's not one of the family, and she's not a client, and she's not a business colleague. She's somebody else. Oh, the forthcoming launch party is really exciting for us. It's a marvellous way of letting people know that we are still here and that we are progressing, and, you know, come and enjoy Walpole.
A week later, it seems old habits die hard.
Why are we accepting museum donations still?
I have never seen this before in my life.
A man said,
yes,
it in
yes.
and said that you told him to bring it in this week.
OK, I took the notice down, and we haven't got any other Toby jugs, so he's a first.
It's just really disrespectful of me.
No, it isn't, darling.
Yes, it is. I briefed all the staff, I did all the notices, and then you've gone behind my back. I have no resolution to it. I'm talking to a brick wall. I've got to leave.
Bye, Dom.
Bye.
But it's taken Dominie's disappointment to make Jane rethink her whole stance on the museum.
I've got to take criticism from my children, and that's difficult because they love me, they love what I do. They don't necessarily love the museum.
I think Alex truly feels that the museum could be a solid part of the hotel that enhances the hotel.
As she said, the rooms are important to us because that's where we earn our living. And it's back to the thing that the museum's our hobby, and I'm still treating it like a hobby.
We do need to refocus on what we need to do to make the business profitable and viable as well.
OK. I'll agree with you there. Now I've had time to calm down. It's going to be a wonderful experience working with Sam. She has so much expertise, and there's so much that I need to know about displaying.
Jane has transformed the ballroom into the mother of all junk shops. The extent of her obsessive collecting is laid bare for the world to see.
We're running out of space, guys and girls.
museum expert Sam is back to help her sort the crud from the cream and put together a collection any proper museum would be proud of.
Milk bottles, they don't say anything about hotels or holidaying or the seaside or Margate. I'd strike them off.
We'll make the most of this. It's the one and only time you're going to see me throw anything Walpole in the skip. Here we go.
It's a massive breakthrough. But does this change of heart herald a new dawn for the hotel?
Chipped.
It's 4 months since the hotel inspector first called. This morning, something strange is afoot. Jane, Justin and Dominic are nowhere to be seen.
Can we stop for a 99 before dinner?
Yeah.
They're following Alex's advice to put work aside for the first time in a year. And what better than a round of mini golf?
It feels fantastic to be away from the hotel. It's a bit of a stress reliever, as long as I win, of course.
Alex wants me to take a step back to allow Justin and Dominic their head. And that's what we've got to try and achieve.
I don't feel that we're stepping on each other's toes as much as we were previously. This shows that we can function as a normal family, which maybe is lost once upon a time. Oh my God.
With clear heads, the family attempt to decide how the hotel is to be run.
Well, I want the responsibility, but there is a transition period for it to happen.
Well, I'm quite happy to step back from the rooms, darling.
I don't see...
At last, Jane is allowing 38-year-old Justin to be in charge of something, the bedrooms. And in a hotel, nothing is more important. The Walpole Bay Hotel is a hive of activity. Behind closed doors, work on Alex's design for the 2 rooms is starting. Dominic is mining their huge database and inviting guests to the party. Justin is taking charge of the rooms. And Jane is doing what she does best.
No.
Being Jane.
You're doing a grand job.
The day of the big party is here, and the hotel inspector is back in Margate for the last time. First on Alex's agenda is to see Jane's new look living museum.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine, Alex. Thank you.
So nice to see you. So nice to be back here.
But no hats.
Ta-da! God, it looks lovely.
No, it doesn't. It looks boring.
Bare. It looks too bare.
Very bare, yes.
A good start, but how cluttered are the upstairs corridors?
Start here. But, ta-da!
That looks wonderful.
Right, and this is the costume room.
Well, I much prefer it all again being grouped together.
Even the hats that once swamped reception have found a new home.
Impressive, darling. And I see a glove collection.
Oh, yes.
To me, it's now something beautiful to look at.
Thank you.
So I'm really pleased that you've done this.
I've got samples out to show people.
I have no doubt.
Now it's time for Alex to reveal to Justin and Jane the 2 rooms she has redesigned. Jane and Justin clashed over a traditional versus modern look for the rooms. Alex has come up with a design embracing them both. It's out with the old, tired-looking wallpaper, mismatching furniture and carpeted bathrooms. And it's in with the new, a modern 21st century feel that retains period features, the essence of the Walpole's past. But the proof is in the viewing.
I like it. I like the layout. The chairs look absolutely wonderful. With the curtains, they go really well with the battleship grey, something that a long time...
14 years we've been getting rid of battleship grey in this hotel, Alex.
I just think it's quite useful for you to see that you don't have to have wallpaper in a room for it all still to be period.
Yeah. I love the fact that it looks clean, but it's still got character. And the bathroom's fantastic.
I love the bathroom. I love the mosaic tiles.
Next, the other newly designed room.
I think really what I was just trying to show you is that you can keep all this period furniture and Justin can still get his nice, clean, modern look that today's traveller really does expect.
I think we've then accomplished what we set out to do then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
With the seal of approval from Justin, the new bedroom manager, the Walpole Bay Hotel now has a clear model for the future.
Right, the guest list now has been revised again. Glasses, I need some glasses. Wine glasses washed up, OK? If you can get it done straight away. Yep. You right, gang? You right without me? I'm going. Irene, we need butter curls done. We need 2 trays, 12 on a tray. You OK with that?
Yes,
OK, where's Christina?
She's going that way.
Right. Christina! Christina! Christina!
You look lovely.
Hi, thank you. So do you. This way. Hello, 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 hello. That is not 1920s jumper, that jumper.
Just in time for the arrival of their 110 guests, the Bishops get their act together.
Hello. You all right, darling?
Transformed, darling. Transformed.
Oh, what do you think?
You look gorgeous.
Some of the guests are shown Alex's renovated rooms. Do they approve of her compromise between Justin's contemporary look and Jane's traditionalism?
We're showing the beauty of the furniture.
Thank you. So it's a room that you'd like to stay in?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Well, I think you've complemented the decor very well, and it's given it an upbeat, bright atmosphere, and I think you've improved them greatly.
I think the party's going really well. The room looks wonderful. There's lots of food. Everyone's had a drink or two. And almost everyone who's been up to the rooms think that they're wonderful. There's almost universal approval of what we've done there.
If I could have your attention, everybody! Thank you. First of all, I'd like to welcome you all to Walpole. And the whole purpose of tonight is our new Walpole relaunch for the makeover of the 2 new rooms. I hope all of you have had the opportunity of going up, and I'm so sorry that you haven't been able to compare the new with the old, but all the old ones are full up. Isn't that wonderful?
Hooray!
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. And I'm sure that this hotel is going to go from strength to strength, because with such a wonderful, united family, how could it do otherwise? Thank you.
Thank you.
The 20s party is a roaring success. It's time for Alex to bow out for the final time.
The greatest thing we've achieved is bringing us together a bit more, and that we're more focused. We all seem to be working towards a common goal.
The Walpole's leaner and meaner, and we do have direction now. We know where we're going.
I think my biggest challenge now is to carry on in the manner, to keep it up and not digress back into the way that we were.
As a family, we're stronger, and as a business team, we're stronger too.
Farewell. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Donnie. Lovely to meet you. Thank
And you, Alex.
for having me to your place. I've enjoyed every minute.
Thank you, Alex.
Lovely to meet you all, and I hope everything goes really well.
Yes, without you looking over our shoulder.
You never know when I might return, so keep the hats away from the reception, OK?
We'll try.
I'll
We'll
see you
try.
soon, I promise.
And we'll try.
Thank you. All right, darling, thank you, and I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Safe journey.
Thank you.
Bye. Oh. Right, come and help me get the hats.